So friends, I'm visiting here at the shop, and let me explain what we are working on. You know about the menorah that we have inside the Shul, inside the Chabad center. It's been there obviously since the construction, but we felt that we can make that symbol much more powerful to the people who are inside the sanctuary. And the idea was to have all the windows with stained glass, all those windows together will create a flame that will be coming right out of the burning bush, which is on the ark, and going through the windows and representing that fire that starts below and reaches the heavens. So here I have Tom from Oriola Glass, and he will tell us a little bit about the project and what he's been working on, and yeah, we'll see the process. Tom, please.
Thank you for coming here and seeing the work in progress. As you mentioned, the genesis for the design comes from the burning bush, hence the flames and so on. But the colors represent, in stained glass, somewhat other things as well. The blue, for example, reminds of the sky and God in heaven. It's also associated with the Ten Commandments. The gold, well, that's divinity, the glory of God. And the red, life, happiness, joy, passion. They all ties together, and they go well together. Makes for a nice combination.
So now Tom will show us a little bit of the process. How is he doing it, and what is the final product going to look like? Please, Tom.
So here is one of the sections. It is this is the panel here. The colors have been changed, but this is the panel here, and this section comes down to this line. The window is actually dark in the center, dark blue, and gradually getting lighter and lighter towards the edge. So towards the bottom here, it's going to be darkish. Towards the top, it's going to be lighter. The design, I'm cutting and composing the glass on an easel, which Petrina has painted on the surface the lead lines and the approximate widths of the lead. I'm cutting the glass. I'll cut one now and put it in place. We stick them on with a type of wax so that I can stand the whole panel up and take a look and, well, make some changes. Compare it to another window. There is a gradual change in color from light to dark, as I mentioned, so it's important that we get these, the graduation correct. This glass, as you can see, there's tonal variations. It's better to look in the window here. There are tonal variations within the glass that is only it's only formed by mouth-blown antique glass, which is only made in a couple of places on the planet now. This is all from Germany. Lambert's glass, it's called. All mouth-blown antique. It's, as far as stained glass goes, the finest glass in the world. That allows us to play with the glass and give a little bit of lightness and darkness within each piece. It gives it besides being more interesting, gives it a little bit more, makes it more dynamic. So I'll stick these pieces on, and then I'll stand this up just to show you what I mean. Again, this is near the top of one of the panels, getting near the outer lighter edges. So it's not going to be as rich as this panel in the window here, which is right in the middle. And that gives us an idea. I'm going to want a particularly light piece where I'm indicating there. Probably another lighter piece here, and then getting darker towards the bottom. But so far, pretty good. So that's the design, the composing, the cutting. Now we'll move on to the leading. Almost pure lead. Bit of antimony to give it a bit of strength and rigidity. Each piece, for example, this one's going to go in here. I'll just cut this piece quickly. Most old stained glass windows are made with very pure lead, which makes it actually kind of subject to weathering and expansion and contraction. Modern lead is a little bit harder and has a little bit more strength to it. And if I've cut correctly, it should slip in there where it's supposed to go. Click. And that's going to have a piece of this wider lead coming up the center here. You want to make sure everything's nice and snug and tight. When the leading is completed, then I'll solder it, both sides, soldering iron. And then one of the more critical stages occurs, which is what Patrina is doing here.
Hey Patrina,
Hi.
please let us know what you're up to here.
So I'm cementing. Essentially it binds the window together and weatherproofs it.
That's correct, yeah.
So you just have to jam it in all the cracks and then you wait a few hours, set it up to dry, and then I brush it off and make it look pretty. So.
This is when the window's going to look the very best. It's a 2-day process. Tomorrow the window has to be picked and buffed and brushed again. But it comes out all black and shiny and like Katrina said, weatherproof. It's made from mostly boiled linseed oil and whiting, very traditional, goes back centuries. It can take decades for the cement to fully set up, and therefore more decades to disintegrate. A stained glass window like this should last at least 100 years before needing reletting. One of the joys of what we do is
For a synagogue, 100 years isn't nearly enough, but I'm sure it's going to be more like a millennia.
well, every 100 years is these are going to last longer than that before needing reletting. They're not extremely large, and they're not they don't get direct sun all day. And so we've restored windows in this city that are 140 years old. But we just rebuild them. All you're doing is changing the lead. The expansion and contraction that occurs when they heat up and cool causes cracks in the lead that oxidizes. You need to replace the lead to save the glass.
Tom, for how long have you been doing this?
I've been in this room since 1977.
That's longer than the time that I've been on this planet Earth.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Do you want to show us some of the finished products so everyone can see?
Yeah, as I mentioned, this is the very center section, upper center section. And because some of the panels, well, they get longer and longer and longer, you can't make them in one long piece. You do what's called a lap. So this piece, which has yet to be cemented, is going to slip inside there. We'll put this one in first, drop this one on top. There we go. So this gives a good indication of the light to dark getting darker down towards the heart of the window above the cabinet with the burning bush and so on. These are some of the lower panels, the lower single panels. Lighter, they'll go out more towards the edge. In the window over here, we have one to the right of the center panel, laying on its side, and a couple of the lower windows as well. And on the table here, it was cemented yesterday, and so as you can see, it's getting nice and black, and Patrina's going to make it look all shiny and pretty.
You don't have yet any of the outer ones that have more of the lighter colors.
The only outer ones that I have for sure are those two on the left. Those are some of the smaller pieces.
But not yet the candles on the left.
Not the candles.
I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, they're going to be lighter and blue. The red and the gold will be somewhat lighter.
And there'll be a lot of
and
red.
There'll be more red and blue. That's right.
Red and gold.
Red and gold, sorry. Yeah.
Beautiful. That has been very interesting for me, and I'm sure for all the viewers here. And we are looking forward to having this in the Shul. We expect it to be in about a month. And we are going to enjoy it, like Tom said, for a few centuries at least. And so thank you very much, Tom. Thank you very much, Patrina. And yeah, this is live from Oyala Glass right here in Victoria, preparing for the Menorah, which will be in the Chabad family Shul in the next month from this beautiful glass that came all the way from Germany. So this is the breaking news for today, and I'm looking forward very soon to be able to show it to you in its place in the Shul. Please stay tuned to that special event when we're going to be presenting the final product to the entire community. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining us here, and we should hear only good, happy, and healthy news.